It's
what?
yeah.
When did I say out?
I have no idea. maybe just like sort your mind out with what you think.
Fuck you.
Adam. Take a cold shower or something, man. Come on.
Oh, boy.
Come on, we're still on broadcast. But it is going to be a tank Maokai. It's not going to be the typical Spell Thief's Edge poke, just perma-throw saplings into bushes support Maokai. It's going to be a tank Maokai, which I do kind of like. It's going to be a lot more survivability within the lane, and they are looking for some cheeky level 1 strat here on the side of Hive Mind, looking to potentially collapse onto Brother Crow.
Yeah, but he's safe.
He can't see them coming until just about right now.
And he does.
Are they going to expend any summoner spells? No, he is just going to run back under his tier 1 turret.
And we see Volibear as well as Victor go into their top side to place 1 or 2 wards as well.
Potentially even steal away the red buff.
No, it looks like they're going... Oh, well, that was a bit... is that inside or no?
It is inside. It is inside, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, just.
No, it's not.
Oh, no, it isn't. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Teasem's shortballing his ward there a little bit, but he will see the Scion moving up. He won't see the Sejuani. So they will know that... Well, they will be able to pretty much 100% know. Not guaranteed, because there are other pathways. The Sejuani starting bot side, Volibear starting top. So again, we're going to have the junglers clearing opposite of each other.
Yeah. I'm not going to say the same thing I said last game, where when junglers are starting the opposite side, usually you expect a calm early game. But that bit me in the ass. Yes, I'm giving a lot of, usually that's supposed to happen.
Usually being the key word here. Eternal Ether, just looking for the poke. Nothing too insane. I'm going to have to look up the Talia ability names, actually, because I don't really
I can
know.
tell them to you here, so it's...
Okay, that's the one I didn't really know, because I know you've got, like, Unraveled Earth, I think is the E, and then the Wall. I don't know what the...
Unraveled Earth and
Weaver's Wall. That's the one. That's the one. Don't see champions like Talia very often, so I'm not very well versed on my ability names. Apologies, chat. But it's going to be pretty standard just farming out in the bot lane. Eternal Ether taking a bit of a chunk. Brother Crow poking away with the Conflagrate burn on this brand. But it all seems to be a pretty slow start. Both junglers farming up, both full clearing. And as you mentioned, no early action. Like you predicted. You won the coin flip this time, Adam.
So far. But yeah, we've also seen the Dark Harvest stack already procced by the brand against Kai'Sa, so...
I don't think in a lane like this it's particularly hard. Kai'Sa is quite short range, and when she steps up for the minions, it does make it pretty easy to hit your abilities, especially that Pillar of Flame on the brand does hurt quite a lot with the burn on the passive as well. Gonna chunk out pretty effectively.
God. But if you're the Kai'Sa, you're just not enjoying life.
Outlaw is not having a good time in this lane. I have to say I would hate laning into this.
Yeah, me too.
I would hate every part of my existence laning into this.
It also feels super bad, right, if you're the Sejuani, if you're Granny Spanner, because there's just nothing you can do here.
I mean, you could try. You could try look when they're overpushed, but your bot lane's going to be on 7 HP.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So
you're going to have to go 1v2. So yeah, I completely agree. Granny Spanner, not really a lot he can do. Teasem's going to go for this bot scuttle. It is going to be 1-for-1 trade on the scuttles. Granny Spanner grabbing the one in the top side. Killer Vanilla, though, going forward onto Brother Crow. Ignite goes down. Heal comes out. It's first blood for Outlaw. Can he find the second onto Persona V3? Should be able to. Threaded Volley going to come out. Potentially catches one, catches two. Not quite. Teleport coming down now from Christian. Can he catch onto any of these kills of movement speed? Rooted down by the Maokai, and he can't quite chop down that tree. Howlett's shoved back with the seismic shove. The Thunder going to connect. Christian picks up one. Both teleports expended by the top laners, but it's first blood on the Kai'Sa. Winwall a bit too late to block the Void Seeker, but Christian just able to walk out from Zombie Scion.
That went a lot better for Hive Mind than I expected.
Well, this is the thing. If you're able to get on top of the Talia brand, they can't do anything.
That's true, yeah. And especially the brand, but I mean, both of them have no escape.
Well, Talia has a little bit more because she does have the Seismic Shove. We see Eternal Ether here running into the mid lane. Seismic Shove going to go down and go wide, so not really anything doing. Just generating some pressure for the 0-3 Hall Jr.
Yeah, especially if that doesn't matter, right? You have your bot lane pushed up a shit ton.
Yeah, exactly. You might as well look for it right there. Your lane is completely shoved. You don't need to be there. And you...
So far we've got 5 minutes, and technically there have been 2 kills, but
Well, there's been, yeah. Christian definitely having the upper hand in this top lane matchup.
yeah. And
I
I
would
think
probably
that's
say,
going to continue, right?
I mean, yeah, he's on his Yasuo. You would imagine he would have the edge in that matchup permanently. 0-3 Jr. on this Victor, seeming to have the better of Jensen in the early game. Brother Crow not having quite the best time
My God.
in the bot lane at the moment, but he is on the brand. He is just going to be able to sit back, use those abilities, pick up some easy breezy farm, and chill. And
Yeah, even if he's behind a little bit, it doesn't matter because you'll just ult in team fights and
exactly
just...
the brand ultimate bouncing between multiple
Meanwhile,
people
we
is
have
always gonna be
Volibear here
valuable.
as well,
Yeah, but there are saplings in this bush, so
and he gets
so
killed.
Hive Mind are going to know it's not going to be too much damage because again it is a tank Maokai rather than an AP Maokai. As we see Christian again trading onto Howitzer, really just having his way with the Scion here at the moment.
Yeah. This is just so rough.
Dashing forward, spinning. Actually, not a bad trade there from Howitzer, cancelling the Q channel just in time before it gets force cancelled by the Yasuo to trade back with some decent damage.
Yeah, Volibear having to shadow this bot lane a lot and losing the Scuttle Crab while doing so, but I mean, they're still fine with that.
I mean, Teasum's getting himself quite far behind, is now only level 5 to Granny Spanner's level 6. In the jungle, XP leads can start to snowball quite quickly if you're not clearing your camp sufficiently. So we might see Granny Spanner jump out to a bit of a lead here in the jungle.
But looks like they're going to go for an early Drake start here.
Yep.
Yes.
The bot lane pressure is acquired, mid lane pressure also available. So it should be a relatively easy dragon for Hive Mind. No teleports for Christian, so he cannot join and try and save his team.
Yeah. I don't know if they did this on purpose, but it's actually pretty smart to do this as well before the Brand as well as the Talia have 6, because that's so
100%.
much less pressure you have to deal with.
I imagine, I don't think that would have been the sole contributing factor to the decision, but I think it will have definitely contributed to it. But I agree. It's nice to be playing around your opponent's power spikes as well as your own. Obviously, you don't want to fight when you know your opponents are stronger than you. Because that would just be stupid, right? That just makes sense. But no, very smart play so far coming out from both teams, really. And the gold lead staying very, very even. So it is going to be quite interesting to see how this one develops.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, the game is almost perfectly even. We have like a 100 or 200 gold difference, but that's irrelevant.
Oh, Jensen looking for a pick hit onto 0-3 Jr. Catches a decent chunk with the electrocute. Okay. Charm connecting and enabling all of the damage to come through. But the seismic shove onto the unraveled earth. Pillar of Flame coming down as well. And you know what they say about setting a tree on fire? Well, Killavilla refilling the burn, but flash forward with the charm ignite goes down.
He fucked it. He didn't have enough mana for the Q.
That's Jensen, awkward. No. If he has the mana, then we see the brand ult coming out. Killavilla and Outlaw forced very, very low. Outlaw backing off out of the fight. Seismic shove and the ignite ticking away on Killavilla. Not going to quite be enough to burn down the tree.
He even said it. The RA even himself typed awkward in chat.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit there for Jensen. On a champion that he is pretty feared on in the league. His RE definitely something that teams are quite scared of.
And has shown very high proficiency on. Like, he has carried games on that champion.
So to see that kind of a misplay coming out from him, I don't really know. But not something you're wanting to see if you are a Hive Mind fan. Christian now dashing forward, has the knockup ready. Not going to pop the last breath, though. Soul Furnace going to come through from Howitzer and eat up most of that damage.
Oh, I just realized I'm going to have to be awake for the next 5 hours.
Sad.
I'm watching the UFC match with my friends.
I'm going to bed.
And I've drank gin and whiskey. Oh, kill me.
Eternal Ether roaming up now into the top lane. They might be looking for a dive, potentially?
Onto
Howitzer?
I think they're
am
just looking for pressure to then rotate down to the Herald and get that.
I'm confused by this decision. Jensen roaming up to check it, but he is on his own. They have to try and make a play onto Brother Crow in the bot lane.
Dive.
Is going to get engaged on a dove under the turret. Nature's Grasp going to come through. Glacial Prison connects. That is sealed, shut, and done. Herald should go down for this, though. And if the Off-Roll Aquarium can answer back with 1 or 2 plates using that Rift Herald, then you could probably argue that it's worth. Christian diving forward now onto Howlitzer. Can he find any meaningful damage? Conqueror is going to be stacked up. And the Yasuo definitely winning those trades. Eternal Ether gets jumped on now. Seismic Shove is huge, though, onto the pair of them.
Oh my god.
Eternal Ether picks up 1. Can he pick up a second? Granny Spanner trying to dive. The Weaver's Wall comes through, but doesn't quite go off in time. Cooldown will be saved. Granny Spanner escaping on a sliver, as does the Killer Vanilla. And it's 1 for 1 in the end.
But the Yasuo forced the TP, so I'm guessing he's... Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah.
Okay, so overall, in terms of a sequence of plays, I'm going to go ahead and say that is actually a win for the Off-Roll Aquarium. Because you get the TP advantage in the top lane. I know that's completely unrelated to the bot lane fight, right?
Yep.
But you get TP advantage in the top lane. You also force out the Flash and the Void Assault from the Kai'Sa. And again, it's going back to what we talked about last game. Yes, they forced out the Flash. If they don't abuse it, it's not good. Yep. But for now, as we mentioned, Last Breath going to come down though onto Howlitzer, getting chunked out by the Yasuo, just getting battered back.
You just need to get that Scion low enough that he needs to back again. And then you just use that Herald instantly.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And I would imagine Off-Roll Aquarium are looking to do something akin to what we saw from Gospel Gods last game and just use that top lane pressure to blow the game wide open, get their top laner very far ahead. Obviously, Yasuo and Poppy, very different champions. Going to say that one right now. But it's looking good for Christian. He is receiving the attention from his team. He is having the resources put into him.
Yeah.
And he is definitely performing with the support of his team.
Mm-hmm. We look at... I think they're going on here, yeah.
Oh, nice sidestep, actually. As we got to top lane, and it's instantly Christian diving on to Howlitzer again. Howlitzer can't be having too much fun in this top lane. Teasm's going to get saplinged and nothing really doing here. Oh, Zero Jr. might be caught out in the river here between 4. Ara's team going to go in and try and save him. Teasm's rooted up by the Nature's Grasp. Unraveled Earth going to come through with a Seismic Shove. Not a lot else really going to be doing. And it is just going to be a 1-for-0 pick. Zero Jr. getting himself a little bit caught out, walking backwards and forwards in the river. Christian is now in the area, has walked down from the top lane. Howlitzer running on his way as well. And the Victor does have teleport. So when he respawns in 8 seconds, he can rejoin this fight.
Yeah, pretty interesting that Yasuo decided to just walk down. He's now pushing in mid. I wonder if he's going to use...
Does have the Rift Herald. Yeah, I would imagine he will.
Come on, right? No, he decides against it.
And he's running back towards top lane as Hivemind are looking. The train is chugging forward on to potentially Brother Crow, but it gets cancelled early. Charm connects on to the Volley Bear. Teasm's taking a bit of a chunk from Frostmoth.
But Christian is just going to get topside here. I think he's looking for a full tower take.
You would imagine so, but the plating is about to drop off, so he's going to want to herald this very, very soon.
He just used it
to get the most value. It is going to go down, so he should get at least 2 plates, most likely 3. We'll get 3 now, actually. Yeah. Yep, 3 plates there.
This entire turret.
Might even get the whole turret before plates drop off. And he actually, he is going to get the whole turret before plates drop off. So a Mountain Dragon for a full turret into your Yasuo. Which would you rather have?
Oh my god, look at the gold difference as well, instantly now. Holy shit.
Yeah, Christian very, very far ahead at the present moment. He is...
And gets the second charge.
Yeah, it's going to have to be the carry for his team on this Yasuo. But as we mentioned, he has been very well set up for it. He has been very, very well set up for it. He has been bullying out Howlitzer all game. His bot lane may not have been having too much success. Brother Crow and Eternal Ether struggling a little bit. Haven't quite found the burst on this pair of mages that they probably would have liked. But they've held their own. They've not been inting, which is the important thing.
Yeah, it's actually surprising considering, right? Like you look at a draft, Yasuo, Victor, Brand, Talia, you wouldn't expect 2 kills of that team in 15 minutes, right?
No, definitely not.
Oh boy.
And a lot of pressure going to go down onto this bot lane turret now. I don't think they quite have enough to take it between 2 mages, but it's going to be very, very heavily chunked here. But nice. The early game looking pretty nice for Off-Road Aquarium so far. Jensen going to look for an engage, though. Does have the Spirit Rush available. Going to dodge out on the Pillar of Flame. Is he going to dash forward? Does flash away from Brother Crow. Charm connects onto Eternal Ether, though, and he's just going to go down. Double teleports, so Christian Simeone and the Zero3Hu Jr. joining in the fight. The Wimble blocking out the Nature's Advance, and Zero3Hu Jr. just going to get cut down by the Ari. Christian, last breath onto Outlaw, and going to find one. Is Kinnavalina going to drop to the brand burn? Not quite. He is ticking away. Jensen very low as well. Tornado just misses. And that's 2 members of Hive Mind escaping on barely a sliver of HP. You would imagine that the Off-Road Aquarium would look to force down this turret. Brother Crow looking to poke away Howlet, so take down that Scion a little bit, but he is very, very tanky. Might not have any magic resist, but he has a lot of HP.
Yeah.
And it's just a... Was that just a 1-for-1?
Yeah. That was crazy, considering, like, both the Ari and the Maokai were essentially dead, right? They were, like, what, 2-3% HP, maybe?
I would say probably potentially even less than that. Like, very, very low HP.
Okay, so we see here, it is going to be a Cloud Soul for the last game of the day. How good is that for either team? It's not that great. Right?
I mean, everyone says, "Oh, Cloud Soul boring, Cloud Soul bad."
Yeah.
I really like Cloud Soul.
Oh, okay.
I think it's great. I think it's so underappreciated. The extra movement speed is super, super nice. But Christian diving onto Jensen, 2-level advantage here for the Yasuo. Tornado connects. Last breath going to come through. That's just a solo kill. Christian doing things on the daily. But yeah, with Cloud Soul, I actually really like it. Movement speed is super nice. Movement speed possibly the most overpowered stat in League of Legends, in my opinion. Being able to outrun someone and get out of their attack range quicker is just good. Being able to get into your attack range is just good.
Yeah, it's super strong.
The ultimate cooldown reduction, oh my god, yes. Because more ultimates with lower cooldowns equals more team fighting. More team fighting equals more play-by-play, and that makes me happy. And the extra movement speed you get after using your ultimate is actually ridiculous. It's so broken. 50% increased movement speed when you press R. Like, imagine. How broken is that?
Yeah. We
do
see they essentially just got this turret here and then got almost the entire turret here as well. So that is very rough. As well as 50 seconds for the next Drake. Looks like both teams have... Neither team... Well, okay. Technically, Hive Mind have 2 control wards.
Yeah, well, I mean... Technically, Hive Mind have the item advantage here, but no, we see the Stormbreaker coming through from Teasms. Killer Vanilla pulled in, dragged in, popped up. Christian, he hits a 2-man knock-up, 2-man last breath. The fight is just looking perfect for the Aquarium. Eternal Ether getting caught up there nearly by the Weaver's Wall. Outlaw going to pop him, though. The Acathian Rain going to fall and melt away the Talia. But it is a 3-for-1. Off-roll with the River control, off-roll with the Dragon control. Hive Mind should not be looking to push in here.
Yes, Eternal Ether was a little bit too eager to use that ult to then try and gap close.
Just a little bit eager to go forward there on the Weaver's Wall, surfing a little bit too deep, and the Sharks grabbing him down from the void. Christian trying to find Outlaw here on the Yasuo, going to dash over the wall, lovely use of the Gromp, getting onto the Kai'Sa, Windwall going to come through. Flash away. If he can find the knock-up, maybe, but no, there are 4 members of Hive Mind now in the area, and he still finds the kill onto Outlaw. Christian finding a pick in a 1v4. Started out as a 1v1, but very, very nicely played by the Off-Roll Aquarium top laner. Almost called them Christian Zoo. That was the Season 3 name.
Well, that just tells you everything about the current game state, right? When the Yasuo is 1v4 and still threatening and actually also getting a kill.
Yeah, he is very, very strong. He's been part of all but one of the kills. Definitely the focal point of this team. Having been given his Yasuo, he is being unleashed to lay waste upon all of the members of Hive Mind. And it does cause you to begin to question, why would they leave the Yasuo open?
Yeah, especially it's not like we've never seen this before, right? Like it's not like it's an unknown strat.
Everyone knows Christian is to be feared when he is on Yasuo. So leaving it open through both rounds of bans, it's not even like they left it open in the first three and he picked it in
Yeah.
one of the first three picks. Leaving it open, all 5 bans going through, and then still allowing him to have his Yasuo.
Yeah, I think that's the bigger one, right? Like I understand it if you don't want to get it in the first two, but
Yeah, first 3 I can let it go because maybe you don't think he'll pick it if you don't show your top laner. Maybe you don't think he's just happy to blind pick it, you know? But letting it go through all 5 bans and then still leaving it open and not picking a hard count, like, yeah, I just don't understand why they would why they wouldn't ban it or just take something that he can't pick Yasuo into. Try and take a counter matchup. But are we going to see him getting caught out here? Outlaw jumping on Void Seeker and the Akathian Ring going to come down, chunking the Yasuo very, very low. Lovely play around the room. Will Stormbreaker going to come down onto Killer Vanilla now. Teasm's going massive on the Bear. But Electric Bear does not do too well in the water. Gonna fall, but Brother Crow answering back with 2 of his own, burning down the tree and sending the zombie back where he belongs, into the grave. And yeah, 1 for 2 fight in the mid lane. Lot of gold onto the brand there. Very, very nice for Off-Roll Aquarium. Going to help in these team fights as the game does go on. Christian diving forward, catches the knock up on the Jensen, dives forward with the last breath. Going to get blown up himself, though, and the Ari not quite going to fall. Everyone ticking away. Leandri's and Bram passive burning down, and it's going to be 2. And Brother Crow actually does find one on the backside there onto Jensen. Zero Rahul Jr. finding the Ari, or no, finding the Sejuani, sorry. And that's going to be mid-turret going down. Are they going to... There's no, they're not going to look for Dragon. Dragon's 2 minutes away. Come on, use your eyes. I can't see the objective timers again. I'm not used to them being in the top corners.
yeah,
Really throwing me off.
It's just what you usually see on, like, you know, the LEC and LCS.
No, I know, and I like it. But when I'm casting UNL, I'm not used to it.
It's because we've never really done it. I think Dabis did it once before, and he showed me how to enable it for this
I'm not used to it. It's weird. So I do apologize, everyone in Twitch chat. It will take me a little bit of time to get used to it, but it is quite nice. I do like the display.
Okay, so we do see... I mean, what I will say is, to give Hivemind a bit of credit, in these team fights, you do see that Off-Roll Aquarium's team comp, it's so on a razor's edge. It's so close to collapsing in every fight because they're so glass cannon. And if it, like, you see it sometimes, I think last or the previous or 2 fights ago where Sion got into the backline and ulted, ult Q, and they were all like 20-30%.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I
then,
think if the gold was even, these team
exactly.
fights would be either even closer or going in Hivemind's favor.
That was what I was going to say.
Aquarium have the lead, and they're going to continue to push it. It's about 3,500 gold right now. I think a lot of that will be on the Yasuo still, although the brand getting quite a few kills in these last few fights does have the triple burn dot, catching onto Killer Vanilla there with the Pillar of Flame. Weaver's Wall going to come out, cutting off everyone. Beautiful from Eternal Ether. But the team fight going to be engaged. Killer Vanilla burns down, the brand ult bouncing everywhere, and it's going to be 2 kills over to Brother Crow. Can Howlitzer do anything? No, we're going to have to flash away. And it's almost at a point now where you just can't walk this Off-Roll Aquarium comp because you will just get burned down slowly.
It's just too far, right? It's just they've reached that point where they just do too much damage, and it's just everyone doing the damage. That's the issue. The glass cannon has been allowed to charge. It is now operating at full capacity. Christian Simeone diving forward, catching on the Scion Q though. Gonna get knocked up. Gravity Well gonna go through. Scion stunned up, locked up, blown up. Howlitzer getting sent back to the spawn platform. Another kill into the back pockets of Mr. Simeone. And yeah, Off-Roll Aquarium, I wouldn't say it's been a clean game by any means, because 10 deaths, I would never call that clean. But they're executing really well on their own. As I say that, though, Christian getting caught out, Stormbringer going to come forward, Granny Spanner, and Killer Vanilla getting deleted. Outlaw trying to dive forward to blow up Eternal Ether, which he does manage to do successfully, but gives his own life in the process. 1 for 4 there on the fight.
Off-roll Aquarium really starting to turn the screw. They are going to look for Baron. It is now nearly a 6,000 gold lead for the Aquarium, and they are going to just keep swimming as they take down the Baron.
Yeah, we were gonna say this where we wanted to give the caveat that they weren't gonna win these fights if it's even, but they just keep accelerating the game, which is what you want to see here, and it's just they're reaping the reward now, right? They are
100%.
so far ahead, and it's so dangerous to get anywhere close to them because Victor is 2-9, Yasuo is 8, 2-7, like. And Brand also now is 6, 2-5. Like, they do so much damage.
Yeah, they will obliterate anything that comes onto the same screen as them. But it's like what we mentioned in Champion Select, Adam. I really like this Hive Mind draft. I think as individual champions, they work really well together. I think the picks are smart. I think it's really good. And if you turn the nameplates off, I would pick the Hive Mind draft over the off-roll draft every day.
Yeah.
But it's the comfort picks for off-roll Aquarium. That's the thing here. It is just comfort picks. And when you give Christian his Yasuo, this is what is going to happen.
Yeah.
We've seen it time and time again now. And if this isn't a lesson to the rest of the league to ban that champion, then I don't know what will.
He's probably the one guy that is making the argument that we had the Gardevoir seen, and he's seen as one of the top laners, but then Christian is just.
Well, I think you have 3 top laners who can be considered, like, on paper, the best top laners in the league.
Okay, who was that?
I think you have Christian, obviously.
Yes.
You have Gardevoir, again, obviously, and I'm gonna shout out my boy Dave, Mr. Big Galungulate.
Yeah, he's actually really good in some. I've watched some games where he is so good.
I think those 3 are probably the best 3 top laners in the league. I'm not sure about the ordering because they all play kind of different styles.
Yeah.
But they always all seem to be getting leads. We see the Arctic Assault coming over the wall from Granny Span, and Nature's Wrath's going to follow over, and the Glacial Prison does come down as well. But Hive Mind are burning. Killer Vanilla goes down in the backline. Teasm's jumping on to Outlaw with the Stormbreaker. The Slam going to go through with the stun, but it's not even going to be needed because the kill goes through. Granny Spanner trying to escape. Weaver's Wall coming through, going to cut him off and force him through the long route. Seismic Shove knocking him back into the bear's mouth. But Eternal Ether going to sneak away the kill. Meanwhile, Christian going 1v1 with Jensen, going to win that one with ease. Not quite picking up the kill, but is going to pick up this bot lane inhibitor turret and potentially the bot lane inhibitor. And now the base is starting to fall apart for the Hive Mind.
Yeah, they're using this Baron buff to crack the base, which
which is exactly what you need to do.
Yeah.
This point of the game, taking the base, taking the inhibitors. Yep, I want to see it.
Oh
you need to be securing as much as you can. Howlets are going to get chunked out here. Gravity Field going to come down just for the slow. And Howlets are limping away. Another inhib tower drops in the top lane. And the mid lane inhibitor turret taking fire from the cannons. Voidseeker going to connect. Christian getting chunked out a little bit here. But the shield going to pop. And Eternal Ether going to pop the Maokai with that Unraveled Earth Seismic Shove combo.
So much damage so quickly. I didn't even see him die. I legitimately blinked and he was dead.
That's what this Off-Roll Aquarium comp does. It is just damage, 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 like you've been saying. It is a glass cannon and a volley bear. It's 4 glass cannons and a volley bear.
And that volley bear is one fed guy as well.
But it's easy. It's easy for Teasms at this point to dive into fights because he knows his team are so far ahead that the enemy team don't have the damage to kill him, and his team have the damage to one-shot anyone on the other team.
Yeah, also he himself is so far ahead as well that he can threaten fights that should be completely illegal as well.
Yeah, well, we're nearing a 10,000 gold lead.
Yeah.
It's about 9,500 the gold right now. This is gonna be Dragon number 3 as well.
And just look at how much of that gold lead is top lane, right?
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah. Yeah. But we've been saying it all game. You give Christian Yasuo, this is what's gonna happen to you.
Yeah, Off-Roll Aquarium now also just pinged that top inhib. I think they're looking for breaking that inhib and then having 2 waves of super minions.
Yeah, smart. Especially with the inhibitors being slightly desynced as well. Meaning that there will be one inhibitor, like one will respawn, but the other one will still be down. I like that quite a lot. And yeah, at this point, unless we see a throw of week 1 Off-Roll Aquarium proportions, Obviously, if you missed that, they were playing against Ruin Kings, very, very far ahead, and then they decided to throw around Baron.
Oh, you just reminded me of that. Oh my god.
If we see another throw of that kind of level, I think that's the only realistic chance that
But
Hive Mind have
I
coming back
think
into
it
this game.
have to happen more than once now. They're so far ahead.
I don't know. If you look at some of the shutdowns, if they claim all of those shutdowns, that's a big gold swing. Weaver's Wall going to come through, though. Cutting Frostmoth and Howlets are out of this fight. It is just effectively 3v4, as Eternal Ether himself was cut out, but nothing really going to happen. The Scion train going to enter the station, not going to catch onto anyone, though, and the fight is going to start. Glacial Prison going to catch on to Teasums. Howlets are chunked very low. Stormbreaker coming out from Teasums, diving into the backline.
Oh,
Outlaw diving forward with the Void Rush. Going to catch one. It is 1-for-1, 1-for-2 as Sedge falls, and a third in the fight. Killer Vanilla going down to the Brand Burn. It is a 4v2 now in the base. This could just be the game here for Off-Road Aquarium. Christian, the only one to go down on the side of the Aquarium. Can Jensen and Outlaw defend this? Not really a minion wave here, though. So I don't know if they can end the game. They are just going to get
this one here.
They are going to grab all 3 inhibitors. I don't know if they will push for the end. Respawn timers are starting to drop quite low. About 10 seconds left on support and jungle, and they are just going to take that as a sign to leave. Baron's about to spawn, so why not? You might as well pick yourself up that and then go for your victory lap.
Yeah, they're basically holding back, right? Because I think they could have forced the end, but they're just going for the safer, more responsible route. They've got 3 inhibs. They probably just want 3 supers as well to come from each wave. Then with Baron buff, you're essentially there's essentially no way at that point where you lose, because just the threat of the 3 super waves with Baron buffs is so insane.
Yeah, no, exactly. And the gold lead now hitting around 12,000.
Yeah.
It's just not particularly a spot you want to be in as Hive Mind. You are fighting one of the biggest uphill battles I think is possible to be facing in League of Legends.
Yeah, triple inhib, over 10k gold lead. Oh, it's just
Baron buff. Baron buff, enemy team being on soul point.
Yeah, it's fucked.
It's not looking hopeful. Maybe they can catch a couple of picks, maybe they can catch a miracle team fight. But they need to do something soon if they're going to. They are having all of the minion waves funneled into them, though. So it is going to be a bunch of free gold and a bunch of experience funneling into their base.
That's true.
Although they are going to have to let the Off-Roll Aquarium do whatever they want with the rest of the map, including all of the jungle camps.
Yeah, and Off-Roll Aquarium, I don't think they're going to wait for the soul.
No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like they're going to force on this next mid-wave here. We do see them walking in, shepherding in the Baron minions. Forcing through this mid-wave. There are double super minions coming through every lane now, and they are going to get as many waves into this base as possible. Bot lane inhib does respawn, but I would expect it to fall. But no, 0-3 Jr. going to get caught out by the Glacial Prison and nearly burn up. Outlaw trying to kite around on the back of the fight. Not going to quite find anyone. Brand finding 1, Brand finding 2. Outlaw picking up 0-3 Jr. Triple kill for Brother Crow. Could we see anything more here? Outlaw is looking around the back, trying to take away the wave maybe, or pick up a cheeky kill on the backside. Frostmoth going to get flashing away from the Pillar of Flame. Not going to get chunked out. Just going to stand on his summoning platform to watch the next